What's up, legends? My name is Liberty v. Justice. There's no period in my V because my victories never end, and I'm here to help you get your victories, legends. You're worth it. Now, this is American Slavery, Part 2. You're a slave to your food. Now, if you listen to the last one, then you know it was called American Slavery, SAD, Standard American Diet, in other words. And we talked about food. It was on Memorial Day, remember? And if you don't remember, or if you haven't listened, go back and listen to that one. It will be in the show notes, okay? So, do you feel like you're a slave to your body? Like you're in constant pain and you want to change it? You want relief. You just want to feel better. Do you think that your food and the liquids that you drink have nothing to do with it? Or maybe you think you're a pretty healthy eater, or that you eat healthy most of the time, or you're quote-unquote trying to eat healthy, or that quote-unquote moderation is the key. Well, your friends, your family, even healthcare professionals are not going to tell you this stuff because they don't know. And what makes you a slave is not knowing. You don't know your options, and you don't know why you're suffering. So you feel powerless to change it. Okay, and I'm telling you this because I've been in your position before, all right? And that's why God brought me here to do this job, okay? And job doesn't mean I'm getting paid for it, although I will be a billionaire one day. But in this episode of this series, American Slavery, we're going to talk about specific foods to eat and why they are good for you, how delicious they are, easy, and how economical they can be. Okay, and how we're going to talk in the next episode on how they can increase your mental health and your self-worth. Okay, what you don't know is actually hurting you. People are like, well, if you don't know, it can't hurt you. That's not true. What you don't know is hurting you, and it's hurting those people around you, because what you do know and put into practice can heal you. And like I said in the last episode, when you heal yourself and you make yourself better, you automatically change the people around you, okay? You give them a reason to step up, okay? So just chew on this, food for thought, okay? You do the dishes too, all right? Have you ever tried something and you thought it was pretty good, but then you tried something else and you found out how shitty the first thing was, and then you stayed away from that first thing for a while, that first thing that you thought was pretty good. And when you went back to it, you finally realized it was even shittier than you realized. It was way worse than you even realized. And you realized what kind of damage it was causing you. Guess what? I've been there. With my food, with my relationships, with, men, with friends, with everything. So that's why I'm here, okay? So check it out. Once you have quality on a consistent basis, you won't go back to that first thing, okay? Once you know a good way to live, you're not going to go back to living. Like if you used to clean toilets, and I know I have, in the men's room at a shop. So once you quit doing that, you will find a way to never go back again. Trust me. So that's kind of like a metaphor about the toilets cleaning for this food thing, okay? The good life is expensive. And there's another way to live that doesn't cost very much, but it isn't any good. And again, when I talk about being expensive, I'm talking about self-discipline in this case. Self-discipline and learning and growing in yourself. Knowledge, like I said, knowledge is power, but only if you use it. As Drake says, knowledge is power, but powerless if you don't acknowledge it. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Royce. Royce in the song with Eminem. Anyway, so it's powerless if you don't acknowledge it. You have to use it, right? So if that first, for an example of food, if that first food was so good, right? If it was so great and you wanted it so bad, then why are you always checking that price? Why are you always looking for a bigger, better deal on it, right? Think about it. Just think about it. So when you really want something, you won't even look at the price, okay? So I can't afford it is pretty much everybody's excuse. Number one, you've never even looked at the price. You never even tried to afford it. And you can't afford not to, okay? Hospital bills, time off work, just consider how long that you take shopping for this garbage that you call food and looking for a better deal. Like I said, if you really want something, when you really want something, you don't even look at the cost. Okay? But the time that you spend on shopping on garbage that you call food, stuffing it into your mouth that's making you sick, saving the time alone on haggling prices, to me, is worth the cost. And you're worth it. Your family needs you. Would you rather spend time counting pennies or counting your blessings with your family? And I know the answer for me, and I'm a human, so I know the answer for you, and I'm here to help you with that, okay? So, think about it, right? Here's the thing that I didn't think about. When you eat healthier, more nutrient-dense foods, not only do they taste much better, they make you feel much better. And because they have so many nutrients in them, things for your body like vitamins and minerals, right? You won't need more of it. You will need less. You will need less than the stuff you're already eating, because overeating is actually, this is a proven medical fact. Overeating is caused by lack of nutrients. That's why if you look at my YouTube channel, I'm sure there's something on there about me eating. I haven't had a Reese's cup, and I talked about this in the last one too. I haven't had Reese's cups since the pandemic, okay? And it's been over 2 years, except that one time I had 2 of them and it tasted like shit. It's like when you try to smoke a cigarette after you quit for a long time, and it tasted like shit. So I never went back. But anyway, I was at my mom's house. My mom don't know about that. But anyway, I don't care. It's over now. But they tasted like shit. And I thought, oh man, maybe they're just bad. And I'm like, you know what? It's just not me. Like, I'm just not into that crap anymore, right? But anyway, when I used to eat Reese's Cups, that's why my stomach was like a bottomless pit. Because I would end up getting sick because I just ate so much. Because sugar, not only is it addictive, but there's not any nutrients in there. Like you try to rationalize that you're eating something like that because, I need the protein because it's got peanut butter and you know what I mean? And it's quick though. You want something, really what you're doing is you're trying to look for relief from an emotional thing that you had, right? And also because you have an emotional attachment to that food because you've been eating it for so long and you were introduced by someone that you love, right? And let me go back to another thing is people always say that you can't afford it, but the truth is, and again, I'm coming from a place of love because I've been there before. And you say you can't afford it, but the reality is this. You are afraid that you're not worthy of it. And you're afraid that once you start this healthy journey, that you won't be capable of creating more income or whatever to be able to continue this healthy lifestyle, because it's kind of, to me, learning is addictive. So I want to try all these new foods, but you don't have to do it all at once. And the truth is, like I said, you'll find the way to make it happen. Just like when you quit cleaning those toilets, you're not going back to clean those toilets, baby. And once you start eating this stuff, eating good food, believe me, you ain't going back. So I want to make this short because I value you. I value your time, right? I know you got a lot of shit to do, man. And I know you work and everything else. So check it out. I'm going to give you just 3 things. My bad. I'm going to give you 3 things because these 3 things, I know you already eat them. Okay? And I'm going to give you 3 things and why you should try these 3 things. Foods. Simple foods, and they don't cost a lot. Okay? Number 1, peanut butter. Now, the reason why you should not eat Jif or whatever brands, conventional type, like stuff you grew up on, basically, I can't think of all the names of them. But anyway, the reason why you shouldn't eat those is because it's filled with what's called aflatoxins. And the aflatoxins are caused by these preservatives, oil, cottonseed oil, rapeseed oil, all these different oils that are put in the peanut butter and sugar as well, put in there, and it's supposed to preserve it, when in reality these oils actually go rancid, and that's why people develop peanut allergies, peanut butter allergies, whatever. And not only do people get sick and end up hospitalized, but sometimes people even die from this stuff because of because the government, in the name of the almighty dollar, they make this stuff so cheap and easily accessible to people. So that's why, information is free, and that's why I want to make this information accessible to you. That's my whole goal with this podcast, is everybody, all my family, all my friends, people, everybody hates me because, no, they don't hate me, but they're like, they don't want me around because I won't eat with them. I won't eat their food. I won't put them down, but I just can't be around that. Like, honestly, it's almost like, when I quit drugs, I couldn't be around drugs, and like food is forever for me. Like I'm always at the hands of like, oh, let me try that, but I know it's gonna be bad, and I just don't want to insult my family. So that's why I wanted, or friends or whatever. But that's why, I healed of cancer though. Like, if you were ever in a wheelchair and 80 pounds at 5'8", and they told you were gonna die and you had no hair, trust and believe, you would do whatever it takes to find the money to make this lifestyle happen and eat the healthy food that you knew. Unless, of course, you had a death wish. And at that point, like, there were so many times that I did try to commit suicide. And it's kind of ironic that at that point when they told me I was going to die from cancer, that's when I decided, like, fuck that. No, I'm going to live. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God, I know you didn't bring me this far. I quit drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, sex before marriage. Now I'm in college. I'm almost going to get my master's degree right now. Plus, I don't have a home, and I'm on the brink of all these great things, and I'm going to help a lot of people, but now you're going to let me die? I was like, hell no, brah. I'm not doing that. I don't believe these doctors. So, please, I hope you're not sick right now when you're listening to this, but please don't let it get to that point, and just do the right thing now, okay? Do the right thing. I don't know. There's a song. But anyway, peanut butter. So, easy fix on the peanut butter. Fresh ground peanut butter. You're like, yeah, but it'll go bad. No, it won't. You can get, okay, so I know in Pennsylvania there's a Whole Foods. I know where you know where it's at. It's only one Whole Foods in Pennsylvania. In Erie. In Pennsylvania, I don't know, but I know in Erie, in the city of Erie, there's only one. There's also a Wegmans. Pretty much any Wegmans, you could probably get fresh ground peanut butter. You used to be able to. With the pandemic, I don't know. Things are starting to open it up now, and they got the bulk section, so you can go there, you can grind the peanut butter, it's in the machine, the peanuts are in there, and you can, boom, get a quarter pound, get a couple tablespoons just to try it. I'm telling you, man, you ain't going back, because I can't even explain how, I can't even believe it myself, honestly. Like, why is this peanut butter so good? And I do like there's a little crunchiness to it, but it tastes so much sweeter and so much better when there's nothing in it. Peanuts, that's it. So try that. That's the easy fix on the peanut butter. Now, number two is eggs. Try cage-free organic eggs. And you're like, that's not a big thing. And well, yeah, it is. For me, I don't mind eating, conventional eggs or whatever. And I know it's not good for me, but if I'm at my mom's house, she doesn't always have that, right? So if I get there and I forgot to get eggs and send them over, like, that's the cool thing. When I went to my mom's house, I ordered Instacart from my app on my phone the day before I went there. I ordered it, and I told Mom, hey, Mom, I'm about to get on a plane. Did it arrive? Yeah. So they got my stuff. They put it in the fridge. Boom. That night I was home. I had my kombucha. Everything was right. I was so happy. I love you, Instacart. They had my kombucha. They had everything. So anyway, but the cage-free eggs, man, it tastes better to me. To me, cage-free organic tastes better. And yes, it does cost a little better. It costs a little bit more, but you're worth it. And think about it. You're paying for quality, honey. You're paying for quality. Because when you open up a lot of eggs, when I buy them in the store, for example, I buy them already made because, I'm living RV life. Oh, yeah, by the way, check out my YouTube channel because RV life drops tonight, Tuesday, election day, June 7th. I voted. I'm happy. I can't wait. I hope they really... Anyway, but check out my RV life. It's called This Is How Legends Are Made. From living in the car to superstar. It's on my YouTube channel. You're going to love it. It's behind the scenes. Well, in front of the scenes, I guess you could say, because you hear my voice here, but you get to see the actual things in my RV. And I moved out here in an RV. This is my second location, but the first one was at Warner Brothers. So check that out. But anyway, so the second thing is the cage-free eggs. So check that. I think, the difference in when I go buy them at the store. When I go buy the eggs at the store, I buy them boiled eggs because at this RV, I don't have a fridge, stove, blah, 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 whatever, right? So I buy 2 eggs at a time for like $1.99, and they're cage-free, they're organic. Now, one time I bought both of them side by side, regular eggs and cage-free organics. Same price. And actually, I think, the other ones might have been $1.79, but the cage-free were $1.99, I think it was. And so I cut them open though, and when I cut open the regular eggs, when you look inside, they're like white almost. There's like almost no, they look dead because there's like no color in them. But the Cagefree organic are yellow. And to me, it tastes better. That's why I'm like a fat girl at heart in a way still. Like even though I lost 250 pounds long before I got cancer. And back when I'm 43, so it was over 13 years ago when I lost 250 pounds. But I'm still a fat girl at heart. And I eat for taste. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer taste over and the way that things make me feel. And those cage-free eggs feel more alive when I eat them. So I said, if you want to feel alive, eat stuff that's live. So that brings me to the third thing. Arugula, spinach, anything that's green and leafy vegetable. Instead of eating your iceberg lettuce, that shit is trash, yo. Once in a while, I'll eat the shredded iceberg. I'll get a little taste for it. But even if it's organic, it's way better. And I kind of like icebergs because it's nice and crunchy, but I can't live without my arugula and my spinach. And in fact, the reason why the arugula or spinach, and it's not expensive, you can get it and it's already washed and everything. You can get spinach that's not washed. You can get it in a bunch for like $1.99. Some places it's 99 cents. Arugula is the only thing you can't get it like that in a bunch, but in a clamshell, I got some the other day for $1.79. It was on sale at Rouse for 5 ounces. Those regular size clamshell things. The family size is like $5 or something, but it's really not that bad. And the reason why I say I should have put that is, it's not order of importance, but that should have been number one because green leafy vegetables are good for you because they have what's called phytonutrients. And they help you become more alkaline and protect you from cancer-causing cells, okay? Because the phytonutrients, that's why it gives the plants their green leafy colors because they're out in the sun and it has to protect them from the sun. So anyway, check that out. Something green leafy vegetable, cage-free organic eggs, and fresh grind peanut butter, okay? So make it yourself even too. That's even cheaper. Buy the peanuts, make it yourself. And don't do organic. Just do regular peanuts. If you're afraid the price of organic is too high, just do regular peanuts. Either way, you're worth it. Check it out. All my links are below. Amazon Fresh, Instacart, all that stuff. So thanks for listening. And remember, you can change the world, but only if you first change yourself. Let's change starting with the food that we put in our bodies, okay? Because small changes lead to big health victories. You are worth it. Thank you so much for listening, and share this with a friend who needs to hear this today. My name is Liberty V. Justice. There's no period in my V because my victories never end, and I'm here to help you get your victories, legends. You're worth it. Subscribe to our podcast and all podcast platforms.